So, today we're going to be talking about the healing process and how ugly it can look at times. Not ugly. The process of healing is a beautiful process. It's a beautiful thing to do for yourself. But in reality, what actually goes down during the healing process is not cute. So, I have been trying to heal a lot. And one thing about healing is it's not linear. And you will go up and down, up and down. You'll feel like I'm doing really well here. I'm going to keep going. And then you have a bad day and you stop. And you feel really guilty for stopping. But then you start again. Or sometimes you don't start again. So there's this whole going of up and down, up and down. I believe that personally, I've been trying to heal for years. And I have healed a few things. But overall, I have gone in and out of it, up and down. And I believe that when it's the right time, when your mind is fully ready, that's it. And if you are at that stage where kind of you have been trying to heal, whether that is by stop going out, by cutting out people from your life, by ending that toxic relationship, by stopping eating unhealthy food for you, whatever that may be, and you've always gone back, that was me. But this time is different for me. I believe when it's the right time, it just clicks for you. But when it clicks for you and you really get into your healing journey, it can even be more difficult. You will have a lot of people trying to drag you back down to where you were. I somehow have people dragging me back to down to where I was, and I don't even have any friends. So it gets to you in ways, it's crazy. Like, people will come back from your past and they will try and drag you down, the ones that you have cut out. It's like these things are being thrown at you on purpose to test you, to see, are you actually ready for this? And when it's the right time, you will be able to say no. You'll be able to say, you won't be able to be back down and go back to your old ways. I want to explain that feeling of when it clicks to you, because it's clicked for me now. Guys, I'm not vaping, which is a big thing for me. That vape there is old, okay? Not vaping. My ex came back. He was trying to, rekindle. Old me would have said yes because it was comfortable. No, I wasn't having it. That was a huge thing for me. I think it's important when you're on your healing journey to write down your progress like that. It might seem very small to some people, but for me that was huge. For me that was something I would have done in the past. Like, would have been so happy that he texted me to get back together. I said no. Still, it's a huge thing for me. Another thing I've cut out sugar and carbs from my diet for a month now. No sugar, no carbs for a month. How crazy that is for me. Somebody who was having 4 sugars in her coffee every day. Kind of crazy. There's something has clicked in my mind, and I don't know if it is just the right time, or I don't know if it is the podcasts I've been watching. I assume it is kind of the videos I've been watching, and I will link them down below again. I think I linked them in my last video, but they're really helpful. And like, please accept what I'm saying to you is true, because I genuinely was in a really rough place. And see, I wanted this version of me so badly that I always kept coming back after failing. And something about watching what I've watched and doing what I'm doing has really helped me just stay in this zone, stay motivated. And I would love to help you all. So I've linked the videos down below because they're very important, really helpful. And I believe if you're ready and you're motivated, you will watch them. They're like 9 hours altogether. So it will be a rough journey. It'll be a rough up and down. You'll have people dragging you back. You'll have, you kind of feel like you're at war with yourself sometimes. Like, there's two sides of your brain going at each other. One is telling you to stop and go back to normality. This is too scary. The other is telling you, you want this though. You've already gone this far. Go further. And that's a scary, scary place, but this is how you grow, and this is how you get stronger, is by choosing the hard option, by choosing the we've gone this far, let's keep going side, is really important. That's how you learn and grow. But as I said, you will kind of have ups and downs. For me, it's been a long process. This is the thing, it won't happen like that tomorrow for you. You have to remember that it's taken us, I'm 24, it's taken me 24 years of the same conditioning. I've had the same things, same beliefs, same conditioning for 24 years. Same thoughts about myself for 24 years. This is like year 2 into my healing journey. You know what I mean? I have a lot to catch up on. You have to think about that. But if you really want to change, and you really want this version of you, and not even just for the money and the luxuries, not even for that, just to see how good can I be? What is the best version of me? How exciting is that? What does the best version of me look like? How does she speak? What does she do? Let's get to that version and see what it is. Experience that. I heard a quote actually that said, safety, the same thing. People are like, they enjoy doing the same thing. It's not so much they enjoy it, but it's comfortable. They go to work, they come home, they have their dinner, they go to bed. They go to work, they come home, they have dinner, they go to bed. And that's their lifestyle, and that's their routine, and they're kind of used to it now. But it's kind of being in the danger zone, because being that is all you'll ever be. If you're not achieving for anything higher, one thing that said, if you're not going in one direction, you must be going in the other. So meaning that if you're just stuck in this safety zone and you're not improving yourself at all, you're just doing the same thing, you've stayed down. But because you've stayed down, you're going down. And that's a dangerous place to be, because this safety zone can feel good at times, can feel comfortable, can feel nice and cozy. And in reality, you're not improving yourself. You're not learning all there is to know about yourself. I believe now, from when I was a few years ago, really in a dark place, I was depressed and I hated life, and I thought life was so horrible and negative. And now, switching to this mindset, I want more of life, and I want to experience all I can experience. I want to eat Greek food in Greece. I want to eat Italian food in Italy. I want to experience all there is to experience, and know all there is to know about me, and meet as much people as I can meet. And that's exciting for me now, and it should be for you too. And a lot of us take for granted our blessing of life itself, because I know it can get hard. Listen, I'm with you if you're in that mindset. I really understand it, but only you can get you out of it at the end of the day, which is horrible to hear, especially when you're in that really negative mindset. But you need to know it, the sooner the better, that only you can help yourself. And find all there is to know about yourself. Get to know yourself. Why are you here? What do you want? Who are you? What do you want to do? What do you want to see? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to meet? What relationship do you want? It's exciting. It's exciting. You can look at it as a game. I kind of am looking at it as a game now. I know that I can get whatever I want, and you can too, as long as you believe you can. Life will knock you down. You have to get back up. It's going to make you so strong. I mean, if you look back into stages of your life where something negative happened, but you're kind of okay with it now, right? Look at what it taught you. And look at who you became because of them. Because of them issues. And the thing is to remember, you wouldn't be where you are now if it wasn't for those things. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. I really do. And I believe that every incident that comes into our lives, we are meant to learn from it, because it will prepare us for something in the future. I mean, even we could have to experience it as we're young to help our kids when we're older experience the same thing. Maybe a breakup, and it feels like the worst thing when you're in that. It feels like the end of the world. But you've learned how to overcome it. You know that life goes on no matter what you're feeling. And maybe you'll have a kid and she'll be going through a breakup, and you'll know exactly what to say, and you'll be able to comfort her, even though they're not listening to what you're saying, right? But it's just things like that. You have to think of the bigger picture of things. I know it's hard to look for positives in situations, but I think in moments where you're really having a negative situation, it's kind of important to just step out and look back and realize, what is this teaching me? Is this really as deep as it is? If it is, allow yourself to have emotions. I mean, we're human at the end of the day, and we need to have emotions. It's a part of being a human. So accept that you're feeling those emotions and feel them out. But the important part is, you mustn't stay there for too long, because it will attract more negative to you. So have that experience, have that emotion. But eventually you have to come back. Eventually you have to bounce back up, because nobody's going to bounce back for you. And when you're in that negative emotion, negative state for too long, it becomes a habit, and that's when it's dangerous. That's when it's dangerous, because habits are really hard to break. So before it becomes into a habit, switch it. I mean, you can still do the positive things like getting up early and going to the gym, but still feeling the emotions, feeling it and doing it anyway, because you're telling your brain, listen, I'm strong and I can still do what I need to do even when I'm feeling this way. And I think that's really important. So as I said at the start, healing isn't pretty, and the process of it itself is beautiful. You'll feel really lonely at times, but that's kind of where you need to realize, hey, I need to actually sit with myself. I should feel comfortable on my own. So let's try learn how to do that. Why am I afraid of being on my own? What is there part of me am I trying to hide from myself? What emotions am I hiding from myself? Being on your own is really important to heal. If anything, it's actually a necessary step in healing, is being on your own. In order to heal, in order to realize who you are, what you want, you must spend time on your own. You must spend time away from outside influence. You must spend time away from social media. You must spend time away from it, because I think sometimes we don't realize how much of an impact not only other people can have, but social media itself can have on us. And it can kind of make us believe things that we never necessarily believed in before. It can make us maybe start to be somebody just because maybe we think that's the only type of person that can get what this person has, if that makes sense. If you're on social media especially, you'll be like, oh, she's doing really well, maybe if I act like her. I mean, it can influence you in so much. I mean, you're seeing so much, a day, scrolling, something that our bodies are not used to doing, something that our souls are not used to doing, knowing this much detail about every single person's life at every single minute of the day, what they're eating, what they're calling their child. It's a lot. Like, think about how much that actually is. It's a bit crazy. So taking time on your own away from that, and if you realize that, oh shit, I don't like being on my own, then you really need to do some work being on your own. I think it's important when you're on your own and you're like, oh, I kind of want to call somebody to come over. I think you need to put everything away, lie with yourself until you don't feel that anymore. And then when you don't feel that anymore, then you can go and say, okay, let me go and meet up with so and so. But sit with that emotion. Don't instantly try and fix you being on your own with somebody else. Sit with the emotion first, let it go. And with any emotion, with anger, if you're feeling angry, sit with it until it's gone. Sit with it on your own until it's gone. When it's gone, then text back. Things like that. So you will feel lonely, but it's a vital part of the process. You will feel scared. Again, that's kind of meaning that, hey, you're going somewhere. And being in fear is your brain just trying to protect you from, it knows what's safe to you, what you've always had. That's normal and that's safe. So it's just trying to protect you from that. So don't hate yourself for feeling scared. Kind of respect your body for that, but just kind of say to yourself, it's not actually dangerous. This fear that I'm feeling, it's not actually dangerous. You're just trying to protect me, and that's okay, and thank you. But I want to do this anyway. I'm going to feel the fear and do it anyway. Another thing is, talking to yourself is not weird, and it's actually a vital part of healing too. I've been talking to myself a lot recently whenever I have an emotion, because the way when you have feelings come into your mind that you're like, who said that? you know, they just come into your head and you're like, what was that about? I instantly talk to myself and say the opposite, because it's normally a negative. So I don't even let it hit my brain fully to process it before I say something out loud. No, and then I'll say the opposite, the positive of that, the positive affirmation for that. And talk to yourself. Listen, you're only going to have you at the end of the day, so you better love the body that you're in. You better be friends with the person that you are. You better be friends with yourself. And yes, you can be friends with yourself. You can take yourself out on a date. You can, you know, give yourself a glow up. You can pamper yourself. You can say affirmations to yourself. You can literally tell yourself you're so beautiful, you're so amazing. And you can do this all for yourself. So you can be a friend of your own. And you must be a friend of your own in order to heal. It's a vital part of the healing process. One thing I have to say is I'm starting to love myself so much more. And self-love for me was very unattainable at a stage. And I will get emotional. Self-love was very unattainable for me. It felt very like out of the ordinary for me. I couldn't do it. And recently I have been so happy, so proud of myself, and felt so much love towards myself, because I've noticed where I've been and where I've come from, and how much I've tried and how much I haven't actually ever given up, no matter how hard life has been to me, which it has been, and it has been to you too. I've always gotten back up and tried again. How strong am I for that, and how amazing am I for that? And in the past, all I've done is talk negative about myself. So I'm trying so hard to do this thing, and I'm constantly baiting myself down to the ground. Why? Come on. So I've snapped out of that. And it takes time. It takes, you know, every day. It's kind of like learning a test. I mean, learning something for an exam. It's like, you know, when you want to manifest something, you need to be that, you know. So you start doing little by little every day. And then eventually, it just becomes a habit. It's not really that you have to try it anymore. Your brain has kind of made a habit of it. And yeah, it feels great. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. But guys, if you have any topics or anything you need help with, I hope I can help you, and please just let me know what it is down below so we can have a little chat about it. Goodbye.